Tennessee Titans fans, it is that time of the week where we hop on Reddit and see what fans are saying about the state of the organization going into Week 6. We are going to be on the Two-Tone Talk Reddit community today, and if you're not a part of that community, you need to go to the video description below and join it. Leave your questions, comments, memes, concerns, and they will get featured on this segment next week. Following the Titans' first win that came in very dramatic fashion this past Sunday, these are the posts from Two-Tone Talk Reddit. This user said, "Thanks, Dad." My dad was a sports broadcaster for 35 years. He taught me everything about sports. When I was in elementary school, he taught me the geography by quizzing me on what college teams played in certain cities and had me memorize their mascots. My dad was amazing. But screw that guy for making me a Titans fan. He died a few years ago. The doctors say it was complications of type 1 diabetes, but I really think the AJ trade killed him. Oh, my God. He loved the Titans and made me love the Titans, and now I have a tattoo of the final score of the Music City Miracle in his handwriting, and the tattoo ink has his ashes in it. But I swear if this dang team keeps losing, I will surgically remove that tattoo from my arm. Oh my gosh. Well, that is a very sweet tattoo, though. I will say it's a very meaningful, thoughtful tattoo, and I'm sure that is something that you cherish in the way you honor your dad is by continuing to root for the good old Titans. I also love your sense of humor about it. They said it was type 1 diabetes, but it was that AJ trade, I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. My dad took me to a Titans game when I was 7, and that was the end of it all for me. That was the end of it all. This user said, question, how good do you think Cam would be if he had the 2000s Titans any year from 2000 to 2009 squad surrounding him? I mean, my goodness, pretty darn good, I would think. I mean, you give Cam, CJ, 2K, that 2008 team that had that awesome defense and CJ, 2K, it'd be pretty nasty. Would be pretty nasty indeed. This user said, SMH, we're the only team I know that can have a 60-plus yard kick return and have 3 plays possess the ball for less than 45 seconds and kick a field goal. This is getting glossed over, I think, because the Titans ended up winning, but 2 instances in this game that I think are just unacceptable. Two moments where you could take momentum. The first was the big return by Chimere Dike that this user's talking about, where the Titans just used that opportunity to go 3 and out and kick a field goal. And then later in the game, the ball boinks off of Kyler Murray's helmet, and we recover it for a turnover, and we went 3 and out after that. Like, these are perfect opportunities to take momentum. Finally, after DeMarcado fumbled the ball through the end zone, finally we took advantage and took the momentum, but geez. This user said I was right about Cam. I'm not here to poop on his performance or anything, but his weaknesses are very glaring. I'm not here to poop on his performance or anything, but here we go. He forces deep 50-50 throws and overthrows a lot of them instead of slinging the ball at open receivers in the slot or running short routes. With that being said, he holds on to the ball too long, causing sacks and fumbles. He looks like he's been regressing every week. I'm sure it's not just because of Cam. I'm sure the rest of the team, the coaches, etc., are making him look worse. But come on, be smart, Cam. I know you can do well. Tighten up. And then edit it to say, people are saying I'm slandering Cam Ward. I'm not. After half during the Cardinals game when he stopped throwing those 50-50 deep balls, he actually looked 100 times better. So I think when you have a rookie quarterback like this that everybody has high hopes about, people don't want to hear any criticism at all because they think you're saying, he's a bust, we drafted the wrong guy, we should have done something else. I just think it's important to understand that 2 things can be true at once. For a large part of that Arizona game, Cam Ward was not playing well. He was overthrowing open guys. He was not throwing it to the open guys. He was underthrowing guys. He was throwing balls too low. Like, he was not playing well. But in the fourth quarter, you saw what this guy's capable of. Special throws, clutch. And I do think there's a lot of things around him that aren't going well. You know, the offensive scheme, I still don't think is the best. The protection at times has not been great, although it has been fine the last 2 weeks. The receivers, the Titans through 5 games have had 13 dropped passes. I saw that on a graphic just today. The Titans have dropped 13 passes in the first 5 games. I mean, that's absurd, right? That's not helping your young quarterback. So a lot of it is not due to him, but I will say some of it is due to him. But the problem here, he's played in 5 games. Is it really the end of the world that he struggled? I mean, he's a rookie quarterback in the NFL. Like, why are we acting like it's unheard of for a rookie quarterback to struggle to find his way? Most of them do. I don't know. I don't know why people are panicking when Cam struggles through his first 5 games. Like, what do you expect a rookie to do? They struggle. Who the Tennessee Titans need on their defensive line at this point? Big Tony. Big Jeff has kind of been holding down the defensive line in an amazing way. I am ready to get T'Vondre Sweat back, though, because the interior defensive line depth, not great. Although I will say Sebastian Joseph Day made some nice plays the other day. This user said 13-4. I've seen enough. We are so back. Great win. Still fire Cali. I know you're being silly, but I see 3 winnable games the rest of the season. I legitimately thought 0-17 was in play. So to just get a win was important to me, just to mean we're not going to go winless. And still, I have, the Brian Callahan discussion hasn't really changed for me. I still think he's not the coach of the future. This user said, I feel like we just won the Super Bowl. Sorry for partying. Cam's first Tom Brady fourth quarter comeback win from behind. Go back in hiding, Levis lovers. Let's go to 2-4, tighten up. It was a relief. It was a relief to see Cam lead him down there. It was a relief to see him come back and win because, can you imagine how miserable this week would have been if the Cardinals would have just destroyed us and we lost 35-6 or something? Like, there would be no hope. No hope at all. This user said we won. After this game, I'm utterly in shock. I'm happy but sad at the same time. Why? Well, I hope this will turn our season around. Or is this just a decoy for a 1-16 season? Another reason is this could give us momentum and win a bunch of games. I know, right? The worst us winning games. I say this because if we do turn this team and season around, what do? We still have glaring problems on offense and defense, and if we don't have a top 5 pick to get value, that will change the team like Reuben Bain or Jordan Tyson. What do? Anyways, I think this game should give Callahan at least a grace period because this outcome wasn't terrible, and I thought he actually seemed like a coach this game, fighting for calls, managing the clock in the dying seconds of the game, and I thought him not going for 2 was smart on the first touchdown because if you hit the extra point, you're in a 1-possession game, and if you miss the 2, you have to go for 2 anyway. On the next score, at least make it close. It was smart to take the guaranteed extra point, but Joey Sly missed. Thank God he drilled the game winner. As always, tighten up. A lot to unpack right there. I don't know if I would call this a good coaching performance by Brian Callahan. I think there were still moments where this game was begging for him to be aggressive and he just wouldn't do it. As far as we can't turn things around unless we have a top 5 pick, I don't believe that. I think this draft, like all drafts, is going to be stacked at certain positions, and a lot of them are positions of need for the Titans. So, if you don't have a top 5 pick, you can still get great play. You still get players that can come in and help you out. I don't think you have to have a top 5 pick, but we'll probably have one. This user said maybe Callahan being fired isn't a foregone conclusion. I get it. He's had terrible play calling the first month in his second season in the Colts game specifically. I'm hoping today maybe is a turning point where he feels more comfortable calling deeper routes for Cam to throw to. I know it isn't a 1-to-1 comparison since Vince Young didn't start until week 5, but this reminds me a lot of the 2006 Titans. They started 0-5, looked horrendous in that stretch, barely eked one out against Washington, and went 8-3 to end the season. I doubt that will happen, but here's to hoping Callie and the boys will prove us wrong. I still think that Brian Callahan being fired is a foregone conclusion. I think he absolutely will be fired. But, I see what you're saying. There have been Titans teams in the past that started awful and then got hot. And, we see it all the time. Teams that start bad and then they get rolling and they end up better than you thought. I'm not saying that can't happen for the Titans. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they follow it up. We will see how, but I do think Brian Callahan getting fired is a foregone conclusion. Angels in the outfield, NFL edition. From the snap that hit Kyler Murray in the face to the 70-yard touchdown run that went out the back of the end zone for a touchback to Cam Ward's interception touchdown, this game can only be explained by divine intervention. I've seen a lot of things, but never anything like this game. Praise be unto the Lord. Congratulations, Titans fans. We got ourselves a win. There were moments in this game that felt like I remember back when Tim Tebow was quarterback in the Broncos, and there was just all these unexplainable things that would happen in games that had people being like, all right, like, does the Lord care about the outcome of football games? This is one of those where I was like, I mean, the Lord just wants us to win this game right now because everything going our way in the fourth quarter. This user said Cam needs to learn the art of intelligent use of the scramble. As his biggest fan, I will say to me, this is by far his greatest weakness. He can elude rushers and buy time, but he misses so many chances to run and slide for a quick 4 or 5 yards because he doesn't want to be a runner. I'm talking safe runs, not Josh Allen stuff. That little knack can be a huge benefit at times. Whenever he does do it, it's just not the right time. I guess it's okay to say that's just not his game, but he is smart, and if he could add that to his arsenal, he would be doubly dangerous. Without watching film, I don't think teams are spying him or anything, which is an extra men in coverage. When it's 3rd and 4, if he has previously scampered for a couple first downs, running out of bounds, sliding, whatever, and the defense starts worrying about it, accounting for it, that's just way more opportunities to make plays in the pass game. This thought may be way off or just an opinion without really studying it. No, I think it's a fair thing to say. And I think it's something he will get better at. That's what you have to remember with a rookie quarterback. There's a lot of things he needs to add to his arsenal, and he will. He's only played in 5 games. But there's 2 things. I would say I would like to see him scramble more, because if it's 1st and 10 and you're throwing it and nobody's open, you can either try to force something that ends up being incomplete. Now we have 2nd and 10, or you can run for 4 or 5 yards, and now we have 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. I'd rather have 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. And I think it's a good point that if you start running more and now defenses have to account for it, that can open up plays in the pass game. I think that's completely fair. And the other thing about Cam that I hope he will get better at is just taking the checkdowns. I feel like sometimes he passes up checkdowns because he wants to go for something bigger. But sometimes we saw it Sunday. You pass it down to Chigakonkwo for about a 3-yard pass, but then he makes a great play in the open field and he turns it into a 15-yard gain. Like, that can happen a lot. So I would just like to see him start taking some checkdowns too. This user said it feels great, but it doesn't feel good. Victory Monday. By God, it feels great to win, but the first 45 minutes of the game were dreadful. I sure hope this was the linchpin for a turnaround. We'll see. I've said, you got 2 options. You're either going to regress right back to what you were doing, you're going to revert right back to what you were doing, or you're going to be so hyped up off this that you carry the momentum. In Brian Callahan's time as the Titans head coach, anytime they win a game, they don't follow it up with another win or more momentum. They just come right back, and it's like nothing ever happened. I hope this Sunday they carry some of that momentum over, but we'll see. Kicker problems, this user said. Why did we let Nick Folk walk? We need a new kicker. Joey Sly is not it. And yes, I understand it's not easy, and I know I can't do it, but I'm also not getting paid millions of dollars to do it. I know it's goofy to say after Joey Sly just made a game winner to win the game the other day, but he missed an extra point really bad. He missed 2 field goals against Houston, missed 2 field goals against Indianapolis, which I know those were both 60-plus yarders. I will say I was nervous when he came out for that chip shot field goal to win the game, and I think if that field goal had been 10 yards further, he would have missed it because that thing was going right. And I don't know if Joey Sly is going to play Sunday against the Raiders. He's been on the injury report this week, so we'll see. But yeah, I understand if you're not exactly confident, and Nick Folk was making some long field goals on Monday night. Last post. Here we go. Unpopular opinion, we should trade Jeffrey Simmons. Through 5 weeks, he has been the best defensive player in football. We could trade him for 2 first-round picks fairly easily if we get the first overall pick in the upcoming draft, which I think we have an excellent shot at doing. Then we can trade out of the first overall pick for at least 2 more firsts. Can you imagine Tennessee with 2 firsts this year, 2 firsts next year as well? And the only real problem I see is that I love Jeffrey Simmons like I love Jarrell Casey. Do y'all remember Jarrell Casey? You better believe I remember big baby Jarrell. This man spent 10 years giving us his blood, sweat, and tears only for us to trade him to the Broncos. Casey deserved better, and frankly, Simmons deserves better as well. But the value of trading him is really, really high, and I think that it might be better for the team overall in years to come. I think you explain your point of view fairly. Allow me to explain mine. I don't want to trade Jeffrey Simmons. I think he is. I don't think you'll get 2 firsts for him. I think you would get a first for him, and whatever first round pick you would get for him, whatever player you would pick with that pick, is not going to be as good as Jeffrey Simmons. I understand the Titans are rebuilding, but Jeffrey's only 28 years old. He's the heart and soul of the defense. He's the heart and soul of the team. He's got many years of great football ahead of him. I would prefer that he play those years for the Titans. I don't want another A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry situation where we've got to go watch him be great somewhere else. I want him to be great right here in Nashville. And the bottom line is you've got a new stadium coming in 2 years, and you need to keep somebody. You've gotten rid of A.J., you've gotten rid of Derrick Henry, Taylor Lewan retired, Ryan Tannehill retired, Ben Jones retired, Kevin Byard's with another team. Like, you got to keep somebody. You can't just get rid of everybody. We got to keep somebody who's good. And the Titans already have so many needs on this team, we don't need to add interior defensive line to the list. So I am 100% in favor of not trading Jeffrey Simmons. I get what you're saying. That's who you're going to get the most return for, but I think he's so good, and I think he's going to be so good for the next couple or few years. I wouldn't trade him. I would not trade him at all. Thank you guys for joining me for the Reddit segment. You guys are amazing. Go check out that Two Tone Talk community. Hit me up over there. God bless you. Tighten up. Bye.